Chapter 555, Monster Illustrated. It wasn't until three tramps pointed revolvers at him that Lugano sprang into action. As a seasoned bounty hunter, he had no time to discern where the assailants planned to shoot. He pushed off with strength in his feet, swiftly lunging to the side. He dodged two bullets, but the third one was too close, altering his trajectory, inevitably striking him. In midair, Lugano did something unconventional. Instead of curling up to shield vital spots, he extended his body, using his palm to shield his chest. Bang! The bullet connected with his right rib, unleashing a vivid spray of blood. With a thud, Lugano landed on the street, rolling forward to evade subsequent shots. In the midst of his lunge, Lumien's form materialized from the shadows by the roadside. He delivered a powerful punch to the tramp who had just fired. With a resounding thud, the tramp's eyes rolled back, and he crumpled unconscious. Lumien returned to the shadows and swiftly moved behind another tramp. Before he could fire a second shot, Lumien punched him behind the ear. As the tramp collapsed, Lugano skillfully evaded the second bullet fired by the remaining assailant. In that tense moment, passers-by and elderly women chatting on the street scattered, desperately seeking cover. The surroundings seemed eerily vacant. Shadows danced as Lumien emerged from the darkness beside the last assailant. Extending his right palm, he seized the other's neck. Almost simultaneously, the assailant's mouth opened naturally, emitting a slender black shadow. An insect as thick as a finger, with tentacle-like bristles floating on its body, lunged straight for Lumien's neck. HMPH. Two pale white beams of light flickered in Lumien's nostrils. The slender, peculiar black insect lost its strength, gently descending into his raised left palm. As anticipated, Lumien withdrew his right hand from the tramp's neck, unfazed. The tramp's eyes returned to normal. Clutching his revolver, he staggered backward, leaning against the wall before slumping to the ground in a daze. Lumien paid him no heed. Utilizing the shadows, he swiftly approached an unconscious tramp, noticing a small, bloodless wound on the back of his cervical spine. Another slender, bristle-covered black insect darted out, attempting escape. Lumien's hand, engulfed in crimson flames, seized it. After a few struggles, the insect emitted a cooked fragrance. Subsequently, Lumien employed a similar method to handle the strange black insect emerging from another tramp's body. During this procedure, Lugano half-squatted on the street, his left palm flickering with a clear light as he pressed it against the gunshot wound on his right rib. The charred wound immediately contracted, ceasing to ooze blood. Drawing a dagger, Lugano skillfully picked a yellow bullet from the wound with precision and efficacy. With that accomplished, he generated a faint light in his left palm, pressing it against the wound. The injury squirmed and swiftly fused, reducing to a fifth of its original size in no time. Lugano had intentionally stretched, hoping the bullet would hit a spot he could conveniently handle. As he retrieved a bandage to tend to the remaining wound, Lumien approached, extending his free right palm. Understanding his employer's gesture, Lugano returned the lie earring, expressing relief. "Fortunately, I'm a doctor. As long as I'm not killed on the spot, gunshot wounds aren't a big deal." Silently, Lumien donned the silver lie earring. Leaning down, he pressed and swiped at Lugano's wound, transferring it to the back of his right hand. Due to the disparity in location and Lugano's pretreatment, the wound regressed into a small scrape, one akin to scraping against a rough wall. Lugano stared at the wound that didn't even require a bandage, falling into a prolonged silence. Lumien smiled and remarked, "Why else do you think I let you carry lie?" Lugano gaped, uncertain of what to say. Surveying the area, Lumien instructed, "Take the three tramps' guns and wait for the police to arrive. Report that you were attacked. After giving your statement, if there's nothing else, take Ludwig to the Fertility Order's entrance and have them uphold justice and maintain order in Port Santa." All right, Lugano hurriedly stood up. Just as he took 2 steps toward the dazed tramp, realization struck. He turned around and blurted, "What about you? Where are you going?" In his haste, he had forgotten to use honorifics. Lumien simply chuckled, saying nothing. "I sent you to the Fertility Order to inform them of my intentions. to let them know. Lumion proceeded towards Salo Motel, leaving crimson flames in his wake that incinerated the blood dripped by Lugano. As he advanced, Lumion lowered his voice and asked, "Temiboros, do you recognize these insects?" Temiboros remained silent. Upon reaching the suite on the 5th floor, Lumion observed Ludwig eagerly awaiting him. His heart stirred as he spread his left palm, revealing 3 black insects. Casually, he inquired, "Do you know what these are?" Ludwig nodded obediently, speaking swiftly, "Bating's black insect, a creature from planet Hevine 3. Rich in various proteins and possessing high energy levels. They invade human bodies via the cervical spine, controlling their nervous systems to manipulate them to their advantage. These Bating's black insects ceased evolving generations ago. While controlling the nervous system, the host's movements stiffen and their eyes roll back. They seldom directly kill the host, but their larvae, once laid, absorb the host's energy, indirectly leading to their demise. In ancient times, many of their ancestors received boons. Though their descendants no longer possess these, their body structures adapted to the boon's power were inherited, eventually evolving into this special species with minor Beyonder-level powers. Consider it a special spirit world creature, or a degenerated Beyonder creature. After the long explanation, Ludwig gazed at Lumion longingly, asking, "That's all I have to say. Can I eat them now?" "You really know, you make it sound so real. The Bating's black insect, planet Hevine 3. What's happening, the alien planets Auror mentioned?" Lumion was taken aback. Lumion wasn't surprised that Ludwig had the desire to consume the Bating's black insects. This guy could even gnaw on live rats. The insects even emitted a rather pleasant fragrance after being roasted. Lumion stared at Ludwig for a few seconds before handing over the 3 Bating's black insects in his hand. Ludwig didn't hide his delight. He swiftly devoured 2 of the roasted insects, relishing the explosion of juices in his mouth. He half-closed his eyes, and an unusual fluctuation seemed to surge within him. Lumion furrowed his brow in confusion, but refrained from intervening. Having used the mystery prying glasses to discover that there appeared to be something beneath Ludwig's skin, coupled with Ludwig's daily behavior and the Church of the God of Knowledge and Wisdom stance, Lumion speculated that the boy was a monster in human guise, sealed by the Church to carry out tasks inconvenient for deploying clergymen. Regarding the reader pathway controlled by the Church of the God of Knowledge and Wisdom, it held various applications at the body of heart and mind level. It was reasonable to assume why Ludwig's mind had suffered damage after being sealed, rendering him seemingly foolish. After 20 to 30 seconds, Ludwig opened his eyes and rushed to the dining table. Grabbing a small steel table knife, he carefully placed the remaining Bating's black insect on the tablecloth and skillfully cut it open, removing numerous black fascias. Ludwig poured a glass of Manzin and arranged the fascia and the shell of the Bating's black insect on the table, adding the black juice squeezed from the insect's body. Lumion observed as the pale golden liquor swiftly transformed into a dark red, almost black hue, emitting dense bubbles. Once the bubbles subsided, Ludwig lifted the peculiar cocktail. Only then did he remember Lumion's presence. Stammering, he asked, Can I drink a little?" A sealed body of heart and mind indeed. Lumion smiled and sighed. "Drink up." Gulp, gulp. Ludwig finished the small amount of dark red, nearly black liquor and expressed satisfaction to Lumion, saying, "After concocting the Bating's black insect's bodily fluids, it can enhance the physique of those who drink it for the first time to a certain extent. It grants everyone the ability to paralyze primate creatures within 2 hours. Yes, it will only be effective through contact. This is turning the Bating's black insect into something akin to charms. Moreover, it provides permanent effects and short-term Beyonder powers. Amidst Lumion's surprise, he sensed that Ludwig had undergone significant changes. He had never demonstrated the ability to prepare such food before. Lumion didn't delve deeper and calmly remarked, "Take Lugano to the fertility order's entrance later and ensure he informs Nolia about the attack." "All right," in a good mood, Ludwig readily agreed. Meanwhile, at the port district, while Ludwig and Lugano arrived at the fertility order. Wearing a golden straw hat, Lumian strolled towards the square dominated by an ocean wave statue. His attention focused on the grayish-black house adorned with the Port Santa Fisheries Guild sign. The 4- or 5-story castle-like ancient structure was rumored to be over a millennium old, having been destroyed and rebuilt centuries ago. Lumian's eyes traced the intricate symbols on the wall, which included iron hooks and fishing nets. Adjusting his straw hat, he proceeded towards the Fisheries Guild.